There you go, that was a classic track from Motörhead getting tonight's edition of The Ball dedicated to the band underway. And as you can see right now, I'm joined by two members of Motörhead, Lemmy and Mickey, and we're going to talk about your new album, Bastards, which is actually released tomorrow. How are you guys doing? How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's nice and warm, a little waterfall, you know. I'm not paying for the booze.
Sounds pretty good to me. Well, let's talk about Bastards, because does the title reflect a certain frame of mind? Bastards. Yeah. Does the title reflect a certain frame of mind for the writing and recording of the record?
No, we thought we'd make a record for the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dedicated to everybody. It's dedicated to all of you boys and girls. Isn't that nice? Yes, it is.
But I get the impression that you guys are very angry when you made the record. Is that true?
I'm angry nearly all the time, actually.
Mm-hmm. But was it to do with the problems with record companies and management and stuff like that, that you wrote the album like that?
No, I've always thought everybody was bastards.
But is it true that you actually
They never let me down either.
Is it true that you actually wanted to call Motörhead Bastard right back in the beginning?
Yeah, and Wurzel was going to call one of the first bands he was in Bastard as well. A band called Bastard as was. So
it's a kind of running theme through Motörhead.
A running saw, yes. A running man in tiny little shorts.
But I mean, I know you've had a lot of problems with record companies and stuff.
Just as many problems with us, believe me.
But what I wanted to know was, when you'd done the album, was it kind of like a catharsis for you? Did you get a lot of things out of your system?
You do on every album. It's like some people go out and razor attack people. I sing rock and roll, you know. It's like the same release. It wasn't especially the record company. I expected them to be assholes, and they were assholes, you know. And I tell you, if I did my job as good as they do theirs, there'd never be a show. Because these people are incompetent. They couldn't run a piss up in a brewery, you know. They're hopeless, really hopeless. So don't sign with the major pop kids. Get your own label. Believe me, it's worth it.
No, I mean, most of them are bastards, so I would say that reflects pretty good on what we're working with and have to deal with. That's for sure. But this album is a different situation, I would say.
I mean, how is it you can get yourself on 82 AOR stations right across the country with a track with Ozzy and Slash on it? One of whom is an epic artist anyway. And then they won't give you a budget for a video?
Well, no, even better.
What is wrong with this question?
It's even better. They couldn't even see why we wanted to do a video.
I know, and also you had a Grammy nomination for 1916. You were the first metal band to appear on The Tonight Show in the USA. So
they couldn't promote that?
They couldn't do that?
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Record companies, they're hopeless. I think that's
hopeless. I mean, your average corner shop runs better than that. You know? A small supermarket is run better than that. Jesus.
Well, we don't want to talk too much about the business side of things because we want to talk about the music, and we're going into
Absolutely.
the video for Ace of Spades. Now, I know that this wasn't exactly an ideal scenario as far as you were concerned, Lemmy, because it was actually remixed as a dance track and used on a TV advert. How did you feel about that?
I never seen the TV advert. I just hated the track. And I insisted that if they released that track, they should release the original on the same record, and it should come before that one on it. And people luckily retained their sense of smell and bought the original, you know. So we did the original on top of the pops like in England. So it's very nice to have a hit again. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, great. Well, let's see it now then. We're going to talk to Motörhead lots more, but let's go into that classic video for Ace of Spades.
But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. And don't forget the joker.
By the pool with Motörhead. Yes, this is the life. As you can see, Lemmy and Mickey are still with me. We're going to talk some more. And you guys, you've got new management.
Really, Rick.
You've got new management. You've got a new record company behind you. Do you finally feel that Motörhead's business is in order?
No. I've felt like that every year for 19 years. I don't see why I should fall for it again this year. I don't think that anything is in order. I think actually disorder is the order of my life. And that's how I feel about it, pop kids and everything.
But you've got your own record label now, haven't you? Motörhead Records.
Yes.
Is that,
Yes, we have.
yes. But does that not make it easier for you to have control of what's going on with the band?
No. I don't know. People seem to think that we're in control, you know. I mean, there is no plan, you know. We just put a record out and then we tour for a bit. And then we put another record out. Like it's quite simple. But you'd think that would be easy, wouldn't you? On the way, there's all these people who are not like musical at all, and they make things very difficult for us to get the music to the people. And the business has been going more and more like that lately. The last 10 years, it's been getting really stifled. There is now no musical like outrageousness allowed at all.
And nobody taking any risks with bands
if
either.
it's not safe, then it won't spend any money on it, you know. And that's not anything to do with rock and roll.
No.
Rock and roll is not making the bloody figures match at the bottom of the page. Rock and roll is supposed to be outrageous in and of itself. It is rebellion music and against nothing, just rebellion for its own sake, you know. I mean, if you, like Marlon Brando said, what have you got, you know? What are you rebelling against? And that's quite true.
But what can you do about that as a band?
And keep going and piss them off.
Make a record, bastards. That's what we can do.
Yeah, they'll hate it, see.
Well, at least we have a little bit more control now, when you know.
Yeah, we do.
It makes a difference. But you can never tell until the album's been out for a while.
Mickey's got a joystick.
So,
Well, on this record, as we've said on the show before, Motörhead has returned to the basic roots.
We never actually went away.
No. But you've got a lot more back to your old style, and also there are some other standout tracks that are a little bit different. We'll talk about those later on. But why did you decide to go back to your earlier style?
We didn't decide to, actually. Mickey joined the band and he's faster, mainly. You know, I mean, like Mickey's been great fun for us because he was sort of like Phil was when he was younger, you know, and he really pushes it. So that was good, that was better. And also he had a lot of ideas, far too many actually. Had to beat him with a stick at one point, stop him having
Have
ideas.
Bastards Part 2.
Yeah, right. Whack, whack, whack. No, but it was really good recording this time. It was really easy and it was really quick.
it's the way a Motörhead album should sound, and you know,
Absolutely.
it's just back to the real track. Put it that way. And I think we all worked really hard to make the album sound.
Well, I sure
the way
did.
it is. You did. And
I
did.
worked hard.
First did, and we have a producer that helped us a little bit.
Yeah, Howard
Benson. We'll talk about him a bit later on, actually.
Well,
But yes, did you find it frustrating? Did you find it frustrating that your hardcore fans weren't very open-minded to the stuff on the kind of more different stuff on 1916 and March or Die?
No, I don't know. They're the biggest sellers we've had in England for 10 years. I mean, I think they were open to it. I don't think you can... People judge people, you know, too easily. I think our fans are open to anything that we give them, you know, if they like it. That's the point, is if they like it. And if you hear a track that's a bit more complicated or something, or a bit different, then all you have to do is listen to it a few times before you get it. I mean, when the Beatles brought an album out, every time it was different. You thought it was a different bloody band every time they brought an album out, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's just like, it's called, like, horizon, you know, and I have a very wide horizon, and I come in with Little Richard, and I went through everything else to here, you know, and I've heard everything and been influenced by everything. I don't see why I shouldn't have a crack at it.
No, absolutely.
Whatever you're gonna make, you know, if whatever album you decide to do or the way you feel, you're gonna lose some and gain some. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, what it is, and hopefully you can keep holding on to the old fans and just start gaining some new fans. You know, that's what we need to do.
But you can't hold on to the old fans because they don't actually know what they want of them. Because I remember our first ever two fans who asked us for autographs, Motörhead, was these kids, Paul and Steve, right? And as soon as we made the first album, Steve left. Left us because he thought we sold out because we made an album. You know, I don't know how he thought we were going to live, you know. But like that shows you, you know, sell out, sell out. It's always sell out, isn't it? Well, I'll sell out. I'd love to sell out. I'd love to sell 1 million albums, but I won't sell the music out. You know, I don't see what being commercial. And that thing commercial, that word, oh, it's too commercial. Well, if it sells albums, it is commercial. And people say, well, they made 1 million, but they're not commercial. You know, that's smart,
Yes,
isn't
it doesn't really add up, does
it?
it?
Class act.
Okay, well, we're going to talk to Lemmy and Mickey lots more, but right now we are going to let the metal do the talking, as we do on Headbangers Ball, and we're going to show you the European premiere of the first video from Bastards. This is Burner.
Bernard.
Fires in the burning streets, crystal light outside.
Crowbar, and you may be interested to know that their new album, simply titled Crowbar, was produced by Phil Anselmo of Pantera. And a little message for all you Crowbar fans out there is that the band have just been announced as the support on Rob Halford's European tour with his new band Fight. So we're going to talk some more to Lemmy and Mickey right now. We are talking Bastards, and I'm not being rude. That is the title of their new album, which is released tomorrow. And no, I didn't say that.
It's not bastard, it's
And
bastard.
Bastard. Okay, we have to get this right. Now you mentioned there that Mickey was obviously a brilliant drummer. How much was Mickey
I wouldn't say
involved?
he's brilliant, he's
in?
pretty good.
Pretty good. How much were you actually involved in the songwriting, Mickey?
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we just wrote all the songs together in the rehearsal studio. Da-da-da-da. That's what we did, and with Howard Benson as well. Got to mention his name too. And Lem wrote all the lyrics, of course, and it all came together real easy. I mean, we were touring at the same time we wrote this album, so you know that helped a lot, I would say.
And coming back in the studio,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow, that must have been pretty hectic.
No, it was good because we got a chance to play a couple of the songs on tour and listen to the tracks we'd already done and have a lot of ideas from. That's why this album's so good, because we actually had time. People don't realise how important a bit of time is on an album, you know.
Absolutely.
We'd done an album in 10 days before now, you know. It wasn't our worst album, but it certainly wasn't our best. And to have a month, not a month off, but a month touring in that mode and be on the bus and listen to the tracks we did in the studio when our brains are in live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can imagine.
So we were thinking of all the songs live, I think. Thinking of what we could do with them, you
Is
know.
that when you were on tour with Guns N' Roses last year?
No, that was when we were in Germany
Oh, right.
in December.
Everyone was like, you know, you still keep that live feeling when you come off the road, you know, and everyone's got the chops up and everything sounds real good, and it's easier, it seems like, than if you get locked in and you just gotta have to do it, you know. The creativity was right there, you know.
Absolutely. In the right mode.
Savoir-faire.
Well, I've got to be a bit diplomatic here because
Why?
Mickey, I believe, is also an important addition to the band from the point of view that he's quite a good foil to you, Lemmy, as well, isn't he? Because he's
he's a foil to him too,
he's a
you know.
well, yes, but
We've known each other for a long time, you know. We hadn't just met.
Oh, I know.
We toured with him 10 years ago, King Diamond, you know.
Diamond, yeah.
And we asked him to join the band last time after Filthy left. But he was too busy joining up with Don Dokken, you know.
But do you feel you kind of a stabilising influence in the band?
I think, you know,
Stabilising.
well, you know, it's like I can just speak
We've
the
ruined his
drummer's
life. Is that
point of
what's
view
happening?
here, but I mean, the drummer should be more on top of it than have to. I mean, I think I'm kicking their butt, you know, and they kicking my butt, and
Much to his
together.
surprise, we kept up with him.
Yeah, you know. So we just ended up in one room kicking each other for a couple hours, and it worked out
It was a
great.
very meaningful experience, a hands-on,
Yeah, I know.
a feet-on encounter.
But stabilized, that's a good word. I like that.
You like that,
I
do
would
you?
say.
Mickey likes that,
He
stabilised.
thinks he's stable, see. Doesn't realise the horse is gone.
So I'm still running. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
but-
Well, we're going to talk to the guys from Motörhead lots more, and as we said at the beginning of the show, we are going to check out some of their favourite haunts around LA, and we're going to go into our first commercial break right now, and then after that we're going to go down to a place called the Soap Factory, where there is an exhibition happening by an artist called...
Kinky art.
No, it's not. It's Robert Williams, and you may know that he did the artwork for Guns N' Roses' Use Your Illusion. Oh no,
Kinky
I'm saying
art.
completely the wrong thing. He did the artwork for Appetite for Destruction, so we're going to go and check that out right after this break, and
Good
then
old
we'll be
Vanessa,
back
the
as
voice of sweetheart.
as the Headbangers Ball with Motörhead continues. We'll
Join
see you a
the
bit
army and
later.
See the world, kids.
I saw the millions, the naked and the dead. I saw the city streets running bloody red. I saw 1,000 bombers circle in the sky. I saw the firestorm with the stories high. I saw 100,000 scream and burn.
Been having a look round here. Hey Lemmy, this looks like your apartment actually. Is that?
Here's my apartment. I changed the drapes.
What do you think of what you've seen here?
I like that.
This is pretty cool. This is great. Oh.
Sorry, those two I like.
Because we should talk about the artwork on your new album, Bastards, because you've stuck...
Bastards.
Bastards, because you've stuck pretty much with the same artist, haven't you?
Well, we had phases where he went out. Ace of Spades he didn't do. Bummer he didn't do. He's done a lot of them, though. The best one he did was Another Perfect Day, which had a dog's dick as a tongue.
Because this album cover, which you can see on your screen right now, it's quite simple, isn't it, the album artwork?
It looks simple, but if you look into the skull, it's got incredible detailing, you know. I think it's one of the better skulls I've seen on any Motörhead record. Because we had another cover that we all agreed on, and then we got this last... I mean, this happened last day.
I rang them all up. I said, boys, it's over.
Let's check this out.
It's over.
But I still haven't seen the actual print on the album. We just saw the original artwork.
We did it at the studio, remember?
Yeah,
We had the big print of it. But not as the album, no, right? No, we haven't seen that.
Out the same way, it's gonna look great. But it's still simple, you know. It's simple, clean.
We said earlier that you worked with Howard Benson, who...
And you worked with us?
And he did Bang Tango Dancing with Coles. Some of you may know.
Oh, we forget all about that. I've been known for working on this album from now on.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But how important a consideration was the choice of producer?
Well, we didn't know when we were making the choice because we never heard him before, right? So whenever you pick a producer, you pick him blind. You don't know what they're going to do with your stuff. You see what they did with somebody else, but Bang Tango were nothing like Motörhead, right? So it's blind.
We took him down. We took him into rehearsal.
We gave him a chance, you know.
For 5 weeks, actually, you know, and he did a hell of a job. I mean, he really worked with us. He was there before us, you know, really trying to, most of the days.
Most days he was there before you, that's for sure.
Was he particularly helpful with your vocals this time around? Because on this record, there's a lot of harmonies.
No, I didn't all that. He just recorded them. I've got to tell you that it's true. I just had more in my head on this one to do, you know, before. I don't know, I never did that many harmonies before because I was always pressed for time doing the vocals last. This time I wasn't bothered. I thought, screw it, this time we got a big budget, you know.
But everything was real smooth, you know. It's I did the drum tracks in 3 days, 2.5, 3 days, and then went back out on the road and came back, and you put down the bass. Yeah, I put down the bass. So we kept on coming back to the studio all the time. So by the time you actually sang or the solos were put down, we've been on the road for another month and coming back, put down a little bit. So I think that helped us a lot on this album, that's for sure.
Okay, well, thanks for that. We will talk about that a little bit more. But right now we've got some more music on the way, and these guys are friends of Lemmy's, and of course Slash appeared on one of the tracks on the last album, March or Die. We're going to see that track next up, right after the latest video from Guns N' Roses, and this is The Garden. That was Motörhead with I Ain't No Nice Guy from their last album, March or Die, and of course that track featured special guests Slash and Ozzy Osbourne. But we want to talk about the new album, Bastards. Did I say it right that time?
Yes, almost. You're not quite northern enough.
No.
Bastards.
Well, I wanted to ask you actually, I heard a rumour a few months ago that Axl might be singing on a track on the record. What happened there?
Nothing.
Yeah, I know, but you're quite good friends with Guns N' Roses, aren't you?
Yeah, I see them now and again. They came down to the studio when we were doing Orgasmatron, when they were doing the marquee.
Wow.
Long time ago.
That was a long time ago. And you've, obviously, you did a benefit show with them as well, didn't you, a few months ago?
With Duff's band, a thing for Randy Rhoads.
And we see them around here once in a while, you know,
Yeah,
hang out.
once in a while, I mean, come round here now and again, nice lads. Bit of a laugh, a couple of beers, you know, bit of knocking about and that. I mean, why not? Why not?
Oh well.
We're all human beings, aren't we?
I don't know what he's talking about, man.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the album, because I know that Lemmy wants to talk about that. And you made the point earlier, Mickey, that for this album, the way you recorded it was totally different to the way that Motörhead had ever done an album before. So,
I would think it's different than a lot of bands do. I mean, it just turned out this way. And I think it was, luckily for us, couldn't gone better.
and was it done in a fairly short space of time, or?
It took us 6, 8 months or something in all. I mean,
Recording only took us 3 months, didn't it? 4 months.
not even.
Yeah,
No, it took us 2 probably to the actual recording. But
much public fooling about in between.
by the time everyone's supposed to have their stuff down, you know, as I said before, we've been on the road, you know, and we just heard it so much that we were almost bored. Yeah, going, oh no, I haven't recorded this yet. Oh, that's right, you know.
It's been difficult to keep track of everything where you were.
It was a little messy for a while, but I mean, as it came out great, as you can hear.
Messy for a while, haven't we?
When can you hear it? Tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow.
Out on the streets tomorrow, as we've been saying, and I've got a little surprise for Lemmy because he's looking a bit worried. But if I say to you, Skew Siskin,
Yeah.
you're very interested in that band, aren't you? Because you've written a couple of songs with them.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that collaboration.
Well, I think they're one of the best bands in the world right now. They've got a girl singer who sounds like a cross between Bon Scott and Janis Joplin, and they sound like sort of AC/DC cross with, like, I don't know, thrash. You know, they're a great band, excellent. They move mountains. I think they're excellent. So I went over to Berlin and recorded with them. Just a couple of things, you know. One of which is going to be on the next album, their next album. And one of which is a shock horror surprise cover of an oldie but goldie, which I'm not going to tell you the title of, just to piss you off and be irritating. Ha.
Well, I'll tell you one song title we do know, and that is the track Before that you wrote with Skew Siskin. So just for Lemmy, we are going to show you a little bit of live performance of Skew Siskin. A few weeks ago, we caught up with them in Germany in a club in Cologne. No, this was at the Popcom Festival, and they played the track that they co-wrote with Lemmy. So we're going to show you that, taking us into our next commercial break, and then we'll be back with more from Motörhead as the special edition of Headbangers Ball continues.
For beer, I think.
Oh yeah, we're going to go down to the Cat and Fiddle.
Yeah. Enough of this artistic part. Now we're going to the real place.
Yeah, we're going to go down to the Cat and Fiddle, one of Lemmy's favourite drinking holes. So we'll see you down there after the break.
I want to eliminate your pain.
And we're celebrating the release of their new album,
Bastards.
tomorrow. And right now we've come along to the Cat and Fiddle, which I guess is kind of like an English-style pub.
English-Spanish-style hacienda in the midst of Hollywood.
Yeah, we gotta have to say hi to Phil and Verse.
I was going to say that actually. You better tell us.
They live here, and we're at the Cat right now,
We're
boys.
at the Cat right now, boys, and you're not. Ha 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 ha.
So where are Phil and Wurzel? Why aren't they joining us today?
Well, they're in England, so they can't, else they get their feet wet.
Now we all actually have some time off, you know. We just did press in Germany and London, and went back to US where we live, and they stayed home with their families and stuff. So.
So we're all where we live.
Because we start in Europe eventually, so.
Well, we'll talk about that a bit later on. But I was wondering, with the other two guys living in England and you two living in LA, does that cause any difficulties when you want to get together and write and stuff?
Well, when you consider it takes Phil Campbell 16 hours to drive up from Wales in his car and only 11 hours to fly here in a plane, it's not that bad.
I think you've got a good point there, actually.
Chips are great.
I wouldn't say it's that much of a, you know, all you got to do is get together before a tour or before the album. And I mean, they hear most of the time
Well,
anyway.
before the start of the first show.
Yeah, right. If they show up, okay. So, but we've been doing. It's been going well so far, and they hear most of the time anyway, because we've been doing most of the stuff over here. We've done all the recording, we do all the rehearsing, you know. So.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So far, so good, you know.
Well, Lemmy, I know you've been over in LA for several years now, but I'm not going to ask you why you like it here, because I know I love it here myself. Is there anything at all that you miss about England?
Malt vinegar. Can't get it over here. Can't get malt vinegar. You can get Marmite and Spam and that, but you can't get malt vinegar. Anyway, I mean, England's very much like the States in a lot of ways, because a lot of it's crisscrossed, you know, the culture's like. The TV's the same, except you've got more channels, you know, it's just like, there's more sunshine, which is mainly why I moved over here, because the women wear hardly any clothing, you know, in the summer. It's fantastic. They walk about like they get arrested in London. It's excellent.
I don't know if you agree, but one thing I would say is you can't get a good cup of tea in America.
I wouldn't know. I hate tea. I always hated
That
tea
goes
from
both
day
for
one.
tea and coffee, I would say, you know. Swedish coffee is hard to get over here too, you know.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the album, because Mickey, I know you wanted to go back to the point of your new record deal. That has actually given you more control over what you're doing.
It will do, you know. I mean, die. No, of course it will. I mean, we have our own label now, and we're just starting it off, and we have a really we on a new label, CYX, and financially they backing us very good, you know, and gave us complete free hands basically, and we have been bringing in a lot of new people for this album, working for us.
A new team.
Right. I mean, we've been picking out the best, you know, people out of big different organizations all the way around the world. So I really think we have a new team together. We got our own label. We got a new label that we be distributed by and released by in Europe as well. And so, you know, the odds
It's like a
are
fresh
for us.
start.
Right. The odds are really for us. I mean, it's
Don't
bad.
ever say that, Mickey.
Yeah, it is. It is. You got to believe in it, man.
Lemmy is not. He's a little bit
I
skeptical.
believe we deserve it, but I don't believe the odds are in our
He's
favour.
more skeptical than I am,
Yeah.
but I'm younger too, so
Yeah,
you know,
that's why, you see.
I can afford to be. But
I
really
think
believe-
Lemmy has a reasons to be skeptical. We can understand that. Well,
Gross injustice and mishandling. I would say that sums it more or less up.
okay. Well, we'll talk about that some more. And actually, also in the next segment, I want to talk about the two unusual. The two standout cuts on the album from the point of view of kind of
The next one.
different to what you've done before. We'll talk about that
I don't
next.
see these videos, you know, when we're doing these. They just say,
I do.
well, now here's another video. And like we're knackered, you know, we're just sitting there and then we go on to the next bit, you know. It's really a drag. I wanted to see that thing that she showed last time and I didn't get to see it.
Phil and Verse
First
get
time,
to
yeah.
Oh, you want to see the Skew Siskin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very good live performance that we saw by that band. So
very good live,
I'll make sure you get a copy of it.
Excellent band, everybody. Buy their records. They deserve it.
Okay, well, we'll have some more words of wisdom from Lemmy very shortly, but we're going to
That wasn't
continue
wisdom, that was
with
just advertising.
some. It was well done. How much did that cost them?
£200,000 for the first 2 minutes and then we discuss it.
Well, there you go. We'll see some more music now, and then we'll be back with more from Lemmy and Mickey very shortly. And the beer is flowing and the metal is flowing as well. And actually, we should point out that the Cat and Fiddle is owned by Kim Gardner, who used to be in the Birds. The gentleman over there is
The man leaning over the chair with his face in the candle is Kim Gardner.
Hello, Kim.
Wave, Kim.
That's Kim from the Birds. A bit of rock and roll history there for you, the owner of the Cat and Fiddle.
That's Kim Gardner and I.
And you're a great fan of that band, actually, I heard you say.
I was.
Well, let's talk a little bit more, because you guys have been doing interviews for something like 2 weeks now, and
It's a start.
2 months more.
Yeah.
I know, Lemmy, that you just live for that hour and a half you're on stage. Could you do without all the other things that go on behind the scenes?
I don't mind interviews at all. You know, I used to love them a lot more though. It gets so you only get like three out of 20 ask decent questions, isn't it?
Am I one of the three?
Yeah, you're all right. You know, you're doing all right. It's just a lot of them ask the same bloody thing, and they want you to do all their work for them.
Yeah.
They do no homework, you know, at all. They say, well, tell us about how Motörhead first started, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I really need to talk about that
Exactly.
19 years later, you know.
Exactly. Well, I have done my homework, and I want to talk a little bit now.
You've got an E minus, though.
Did I? I want to talk a little bit now about two of the songs that really stood out to me on the album, which show a lot more kind of vulnerable and personal side to you in particular, I guess, and that is Lost in the Ozone and Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me. Now, tell us a little bit.
Daddy Kiss Me is transposed vulnerable, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
You know, it's like transferred, because I'm going to put myself in somebody else's place, you know.
Well, that's because you
Feeling how
first did that on 1916, didn't you?
Yeah, but well, no, a lot of the fast songs are like that too. I mean, and I'm so bad, baby, I don't care. I mean, you don't think I'm, serious, do you? The reviewer and the melody maker, I remember, thought I was serious, and she said I was a sexist pig, And I thought, Jesus Christ, what's the matter with this girl? She's got no sense of humour at all, you know. You know, I sleep with mountain lions, you know.
The music puts you in the mood also, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the fast stuff has really, you know, sensitive lyrics, if you know, more emotional lyrics.
You just have to play something slow now and again,
Right.
and you can't play that speed all the time.
No,
Just
it
gets
gives a lot of
boring.
contrast.
It just gets boring anyway. We did it for years because we thought that's what they wanted, and they bought less and less records every time. So we thought, screw it, we do what we want, you know. And if they don't like it, they can't do worse.
That's pretty hard.
Well, being serious here, that song "Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me" is a song about child abuse, which is obviously very much in the news over the last few months.
I wrote it
What?
4 years ago.
You wrote it 4 years ago. What inspired you? Was it a story you heard?
Child abuse is the worst crime in the world. If a man abuses his own child at the age of 7 or something, what has that child got left the rest of her life? Nothing. Nothing. She never trust anybody again, never feel close to anybody again. Stop swinging that camera around. It's not hip, you know, anymore, swing the camera around. Just keep it still.
It is.
He can't keep still. He's drunk, that's what he is. He's falling around the table.
So let him be drunk. A sailor man. All right, well, there we go.
And what about the other song "Lost in the Ozone"? Because that was
It's
that.
about being alone.
Yes. Is that very, very personal to you?
No, it's me doing that again, you know. It's also about being lost on the sea, you know. It fits that one too, but it's just about being on your own. Whenever you're on your own, you know, like late at night, you know, wake up, you know, you think,
Or being on the road.
I wish my old lady was back, man, you know.
Being on the road.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I wish she was back. That song always reminds me of my old lady. Every song you hear reminds you of your old lady, you know.
Yeah.
It's horrendous, like.
Being on the road could be the same way, you know. It is actually. I mean, it's more people than
Lost
ever.
in the ozone,
You're
aren't you,
you're really lost then in the ozone.
Yeah.
So boys and girls, you don't want to go on the road. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you do. You want to be lost
Now
in
we
the
are.
ozone, it's good for your character.
No, we don't. Disastrous.
But you're not lost if you're with me, because I know where I am.
Well, we are in Los Angeles, of course, tonight for
Still?
the rest
No,
of the
we're not,
show.
this is Pudsey, Yorkshire.
Oh, that's right.
Please don't
Ludwigshafen.
spoil
The
it.
Los Angeles quarter of
Yeah, there you go.
Bremen.
Well, we're going to talk to Lemmy some more, and where are we going next? We're going up to Jumbo's. What happens at Jumbo's?
Tet bar.
Look how he smiles when he says that word.
Yeah, that's cheered him up. Okay,
The man
well,
who doesn't, I'll show you a faker.
Yeah, there we go.
we're going to go into our next commercial break right now, and then after that we'll be up at this, I'll say, strip bar, Jumbo's, and we'll be talking to the guys some more. So see you there.
I saw the millions, the naked and the dead. I saw the city streets running bloody red. I saw 1,000 bombers circle in the sky. I saw the firestorm with the stories high. I saw 100,000 scream and burn.
It's the only way to travel. There you go. Welcome back to Headbangers Ball. And as promised, just before the break there, we come down to Jumbo's, which is, I guess you could say, a strip club. And
It is, actually.
as
Yeah,
you
it
might
is.
expect, Lemmy is already inside enjoying the festivities of Jumbo's. So
Arrived a little bit early, I suppose. He was so anxious to get out of Cat and the Fiddle, so he had to, you know, take a cab down here. We're still finishing up our beer from Cat and the Fiddle.
yeah, but we're going to be a little bit more serious now because we've talked about the kind of anthemic Motörhead rockers on Bastards, and we've talked about the two slower songs, but I know, Mickey, that you particularly wanted to draw attention to two other songs that you feel are very different from Motörhead.
Yes, Liar and I'm the Man is two songs that I think is very more of a mid-tempo, grungy, groovy, up-to-date kind of songs, but it's still, we try to put a lot of the Motörhead vibe to it, you know what I mean? It's so easy to overdo it and go, you know, well, we can play anything we want actually, but to keep a nice line in between being a little bit modern and still keep the hard, super hard rock and roll into the music. and I think we managed to do that. I mean, you guys can check it out and tell us.
And what about those two songs lyrically as well? Because they both kind of deal with the fairer sex, don't they?
Oh, ow. Yeah, they do. But I mean, Lemmy's writing all the lyrics, and what he feels fits the songs, and I think he did a good job. What can I say? I mean, musically and lyrically, those songs are close to my heart, I tell you, because they got this little odd kind of. I mean, I love the hard stuff. We all love the hard stuff, but we gotta get a little bit up to date stuff as well, you know.
Absolutely. Well, right now we're going to go and see what's going on in this club. So we see if we can find Lemmy. It's very small in here, but follow us in. So, and it's very, very loud. So. Well, I have to say, you're going to approve of the next song coming up on Headbangers Ball this evening, because it's called Bastard.
Oh.
It's by a band called Strip Mind. Okay, right now for the Headbangers Ball Motörhead special, we've come to Lemmy's favourite place in Los Angeles, the Rainbow Bar and Grill. And this is the centre of the universe as far as rock and roll is concerned. And just on the end here, can I introduce you to Mr. Vinny Appice from Dio? We'll talk to him in just a moment, our special guest on the show.
So looks without his beard.
But Lemmy, if you had to pick one song on the album that summed up the spirit and the vibe of Bastards, could you pick one song, do you think?
Probably On Your Feet or On Your Knees.
You're on your knees. Yeah, that's a very good song. It's very Motörhead-ish, I would say.
Motörhead-esque.
Headish, but I would say well, we already spoke about that one. I have a lot of favorites on the album.
Yeah, but that was because that song is a lot to do with your feelings about all the shit that you've gone through with record companies and everything.
I'm always writing about that, you know. I don't like thieves, whatever they call themselves.
But there's some other really great anthems there as well. And, you know, these songs, they seem to be very personal to you. Do you think somebody reading your lyrics could find out a lot about you as a person?
Well, I mean, I wasn't molested as a child, but I can put myself in that position, right? So they are all personal if you can do that, yeah? You can,
but in what way is the song like...
experience, it doesn't mean you can't feel at least some of the pain. You know.
What a song like Death or Glory, in what way is that personal?
That's because I believe in reincarnation. And it's about all the battles. I was a universal soldier doomed to live to tell, fight and die forever, burn in bloody hell. Nice, isn't it? It's a, sort of a bedtime song with the kiddies. Oh, we're at an angle again. Oh, look at that.
Do you read a lot? Are books an inspiration to you?
Yeah, all the time. I'd read a Kellogg box top, man. I have to read. If I can't read, I'm dead man.
Well, let's go across to Mickey here. You're going to do a little interview with Vinny for me, so there you go.
Some beers, man.
Well, boys and girls, I got Vinny Appice right here, my good old buddy. Yeah, right, okay. Well, I just want to ask you, what's going on with you guys?
Well, we're kind of doing the same thing you're doing. We're just finished the Dio record.
He's talking. You know.
And it'll be out in Europe around November, and we'll be touring in November.
You guys will actually tour with us, close to. We both got to be in Europe. So, when do you guys start touring?
November 1st.
November 1st, and we will be in Europe. I think the 15th, I believe.
We will have to get together.
Oh my God, is that gonna be a party?
Ow! Yeah, right on.
Hey, it's good to see my old buddy.
Yeah.
He's here. We all gotta get drunk. Oh!
Okay. Well, we got a very special video on the way for you now. Thank you. That's a good interview, Mickey. Well done. Now, have you heard of a band called Sepultura?
Yeah.
And they've done a cover of Orgasmatron from your 1986 album of the same name. Am I correct?
Yes.
Do I get a B+ for that?
B.
B. I'm getting better. Let's see Sepultura and their blistering cover version of Orgasmatron. Ooh.
I am the one, Orgasmatron. I am the one, Orgasmatron, the Alfred grasping head. My image is of agony, my shirt raped the land. I'm touching you in there again, for the teenage fight. 10 years from his rape, torture in my name. I'm receiving paramount. Religion, sadistic, sacred, or discontrol. I rule the world, my name is all disease. You're the emperor of lies. You're gonna now I preach. I love you and loving you. You now fought my game. You play the psychopath. Only my pain. And all I want is all I want is right. I am the politician. And I decide who to hate.
Okay, we're still at the Rainbow Bar and Grill, and why is this your favourite place in LA, Lemmy? What's so special about it?
It's 1 block from my house and I don't drive. And it's downhill going home.
That sounds fair enough to me. So we actually should mention that a very old friend of yours, Fast Eddie Clark,
Oh, yes. Or Fast as we knew him.
Fast, we've got to put in a bit of a plug for him, haven't we?
The what?
We're going to give him a bit of a plug on the Motörhead special.
I did a song on his album, sang a vocal on his new album, which is called...
Yeah, it's called It Ain't Over Till It's Over, and Lemmy sang on a track called Laugh at the Devil. So there you go, it's Fast Eddie Clark's first solo effort, and it features Lemmy. So there you go, Eddie, I hope you like the little plug for you. So we got to ask you now about hopefully going to be doing some touring in Europe later this year. We can't.
December, for sure, maybe January as well.
Yep. Are you looking forward to going back to Europe?
I can't look back at it yet. Can't look back at it yet. Yeah, I like playing in Europe. Always did, you know. I mean, we always played there for years and years and years.
I cannot even hear what Lem is saying right now, but
That's just as well. Now you can say the same thing and we get away cheap.
yeah, we you know, we go start in Europe in November and finish up in December. Go back to
January too.
yeah, go back to LA for New Year's Eve and start in Japan in January. And we got to pull off a big US tour. The whole next spring is going to be America. So because we played Europe now 3 times, on third time now on actually last album. But we will be having a very good show out there for you. A lot of new songs, a lot of old songs, and the longest set you ever seen us play ever.
And of course the loudest as well. I guess that the new songs are going to fit
Just
in.
having fun with the camera then.
He's all sliding over.
The new songs are going to fit in really well to the whole set, aren't they? Because
Murder them this time. We're going to send people home wishing they'd never been born.
what about the slower tracks on the album that we talked about earlier? Will you be sort of attempting them live as well? Because you
Like
mentioned.
them, jump them, you know, and play the next track. I mean, I'm playing what I want to play. I know we are playing what we want to play, and it's good stuff.
Yeah.
The slow ones are good too. I don't care if people don't like them. I like them.
There's a piano on one of the new tracks, isn't there?
On the last tour, we actually did play 2 songs on the new record, Born to Raise Hell and Lost in the Ozone, on the last tour. Kids didn't know it though. We tried to tell them, but hopefully they recognize them coming out to the album.
This geezer with the camera is weird, man. I tell you. I think he's got some sort of. Is it you're in her ear? Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Vanessa, we gotta be playing at least 5 or 6 songs, right?
Yeah.
From the last album, because it's so good, man. Oh boy. Tomorrow, you can't wait to get out of bed and run down the store and buy this album.
That's right, because the Motörhead album Bastards hits the streets tomorrow. So you've heard all the information about it, given you a little preview here on Headbangers Ball. And we are just about wrapping up the show. We've got one more commercial break.
Cat like, you know.
I certainly have.
You've got no sympathy, have you? Send the poor girl into the wilderness. Not a sign of an aspirin, nothing. I've got jet lag after today, I'll tell you.
Well, yes, it's been a very long day. We're going to go have another commercial break right now. Then after that, we are going to go into our half-hour live concert special with Paradise Lost, just to end the show. That'll be coming to you from Germany. And no, we'll catch up with Motörhead right at the end of the show, just to say goodbye. So we'll see you there.
I saw the millions, the naked and the dead. I saw the city streets running bloody red. I saw 1,000 bombers circle in the sky. I saw the firestorm with the stories high. I saw 100,000 scream and burn.
All for tonight. And I'd like to thank Mickey D.
Well, I gotta say goodnight, boys and girls, and go out there and get the album. And this is Ton Mastery.
How do you do? Oh, look.
That got this whole thing together with us as
We've
well.
got Black Clark.
We got a whole bunch of friends with us here tonight. JJ over there. And I gotta say, tomorrow, get out of that bed and go and get the album, because we will have the album out. Yes.
Buy 2 copies. I want all your money. Okay? And I will just hand over to the beauteous Vanessa, who is without a doubt the most wonderful person in the entire civilized world, to say goodbye to me.
Well, thank you very much to Lemmy and Mickey for joining me on the Headbangers Ball. Sorry, what?
I still wanted to see you in that bathing suit, though, over at the...
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Lemmy looks a lot better in a bathing suit than I do. So, okay, we're wrapping up right now. Many thanks to Lemmy and Mickey from Motörhead. It's been a very long day. Thanks for sticking with us. And we're going to finish on a really high point, actually, because we got the very first airing of our live half-hour concert special featuring Paradise Lost, and this was recorded in Germany a few weeks ago, and the guys are playing songs from their new album Icon. Here we go, half-hour live concert, Paradise Lost. Bye for now.